In this lecture, we're going to be talking about uneven lighting, okay? One of the things that bothers me the most is uneven lighting, but at the same time, you can make uneven lighting look interesting, but 90% of the time, uneven lighting is going to look bad. So my top recommendation is avoid uneven lighting. So now let me explain what uneven lighting is. Uneven lighting is when you have light on, let's say, your subject, but then you have shadows coming in that are very strong, that are because something's blocking the light and casting those shadows on your subject. So here's an example of uneven lighting, okay? In this picture right here, it looks like are casting shadows. So the sun's hitting the subject, very hard light, and then the shadows from the trees are coming into the picture here. So you see here in this area here, in this area here, in this area here. Now I'm going to ignore this for a bit. Like, this is hard shadows from hard light, but I'm talking more about these shadows in the background and the shadows on her. So these shadows right here that are being casted by the uneven lighting, okay? So in this picture, it looks good because we turned it black and white. She's wearing white, the background's white, and all we really have here is black or white. Shadows are black, the light is white, the background looks white when you turn it black and white. It could have been another color, but in this black and white, it looks good, and she's wearing a white dress. This looks perfect, right? It looks very interesting. But this is like that 10%. The 90% uneven lighting looks really bad. And the biggest thing that causes uneven light are trees. When you're outside and about and taking pictures and you're using natural light, the trees are going to hurt a lot. Sometimes there's other things. It could be a pole, it could be a building, it could be something. But in my experience, most of the time it has been trees. So what I do to fix that is I move the subject forward an inch, back an inch, to the left an inch, to the right an inch, where the uneven light is shown the least, right? And you especially don't want the uneven light to show on the face. That is the worst. You don't want nice exposure and then you have like a shadow on the face. You see this shadow right there? A shadow like this. And this shadow came from a tree. So it's a small tip, but you're going to see it more and more and more in your photography, and people ignore it, don't even look at it, but I look at it and go, no, 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 can you move a little bit? Can you move a little bit over here? Okay, right here, you have the most even light. Even light means that there's no random shadows showing up. Let's take a picture right here. If you come over here, there's all these uneven light, all these shadows. It bothers me, and it looks really bad in pictures. So find the spot where you have these uneven light, right? Or just avoid taking pictures by trees, but you like the shadows from the trees from direct light, but it casts a lot of uneven light. So look for the tree that has the most coverage and it's just more shadow. And you can also, another tip is you look at the ground. Before you even step at a location, you can look in the ground if there's uneven light. If the ground is all shadow, then it's flat, is even light. If the floor has a lot of little holes of light coming in, then you know that you have uneven light. So look for the one that's all flat, the floor is all flat, and then you can stand them by that, and then you're gonna have uneven light. I mean, even light. So that's it when it comes to uneven light, and now we're gonna move on to the next lecture.